Bedlem, the monster lives on. What if I told you that one of the most infamous institutions in human history never really closed? That Bedlem, the symbol of madness, cruelty, and spectacle, didn't die in the past. It simply changed its name. And what if I told you that even in 2013, patients were once again put on display for public consumption, this time not behind iron bars, but behind television screens? This isn't ancient history. This is happening in our lifetime. And it raises an uncomfortable question. Has psychology actually moved forward at all? Bedlem was the nickname for Bethlem Royal Hospital, one of the oldest psychiatric institutions in the world. From the 17th century until around 1770, members of the public could pay a small fee to walk through its halls and observe the patients. Men, women, and children, suffering, restrained, humiliated, were treated as a form of entertainment. A human zoo, justified in the name of care. This matters because Bedlem is not just a dark chapter in history. It is the foundation on which modern psychiatry and psychology were built. And if the foundations are rotten, what does that say about the structure standing on top of them? Historical context and philosophical roots. Psychology likes to present itself as a hard science, but its roots tell a different story. Early psychology grew out of philosophy, not medicine. Figures like Wilhelm Wundt, often called the father of experimental psychology, attempted to quantify human consciousness. Others, like Nietzsche, challenged the very idea of normality, morality, and sanity itself. From the beginning, psychology wrestled with questions it still cannot answer. What is the mind? Where does mental suffering come from? Who decides what is normal? These were never resolved. Instead, they were institutionalized. And nowhere was that more visible than in Bedlem. Bedlem never closed. Here's the part most people don't know. Bethlem Royal Hospital still operates today. It now falls under the South London and Maudsley NHS Foundation Trust, known as SLAM. In 2013, SLAM participated in a Channel 4 observational documentary titled Bedlem. Staff and patients worked with a television production company for 2 years. The 4-part series premiered on October 31st. Let that sink in. A place historically infamous for turning mental suffering into spectacle. Once again placed patients on display, this time framed as education and awareness. Different century, different language, same dynamic. Did we all just forget the history here? The bigger problem, psychology's failure. Now let's confront the core issue. Psychiatry and psychology openly admit they do not know the origins of mental illness. There are no biological markers, no definitive tests, no cures. Yet despite this, psychotropic drugs have been prescribed on an unprecedented scale. Diagnoses have exploded. Mental illness rates continue to rise. And alongside this rise, we see direct correlations with increased suicide rates, increased violent crime, entire generations medicated from childhood. We were told this was progress. We were told this was treatment. But the results tell a different story. Millions lost, families broken, communities destabilized. This is not healing. This is Bedlem with better branding. So here's the question I want you to sit with and answer in the comments. If mental health treatment is truly working, why are things getting worse? And do you think modern psychology is helping people or simply managing them? Your voice matters here. Start the conversation below. Conclusion. Bedlem isn't just a building. It's a mindset. It's the belief that labeling is understanding, that drugging is healing, that watching suffering counts as progress. But history shows us where that road leads. If we want real change, we must stop pretending that authority equals truth. We must question systems that profit from illness while claiming to treat it. And we must remember that human suffering is not a spectacle, past or present. The monster lives on only because we allow it to. If this video made you think, disturbed you, or challenged what you've been told, subscribe, share it, and keep asking hard questions. Because the first step out of Bedlam is seeing it for what it really is.